Hello everyone, good morning. Hopefully everyone had a pretty... Hello guys. Hopefully everyone had a, nice little break here on Monday. Nice start to the week. Hi Jacob and Labobo Dana and William, nice to see you guys. And Madalena. Gonna be starting out here at the IS7. Hello MW. Get things going here. Thank you for tipping Levi, William. I'm gonna leave this tip next to him, like I've been doing a little bit. He just kind of took a nap here. Hi Scud. It's kind of crappy out today, so he's a little bit sleepy. Anyway, hopefully we can get in a battle here. There's only 6,000 people on the NA server right now. Hi Randall. Which it looks like for Halloween here, pretty much PC is getting, they kind of teased it. I think it's called like Soul Eater or something, I don't know. There's a video that all the wargaming PC companies, alright, that woke them up, put out yesterday. It's looking like kind of a clone of what consoles got, in a way, essentially like a boss mode almost, more or less. But there should be details of that coming out. Most likely, I would say the latest next week, since Halloween's fairly soon here. Hello Fabio. They cannot. I'm fairly certain the T-34-3 can't, but I definitely know the 112 cannot. Alright, that guy is gonna drown himself. Awesome. So far, this is not turning out very good for us here. Yeah, just take a random shot there. Which, for those of you who might not have been here last stream, I'll be streaming again tonight, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be playing Destiny 2. So hopefully I can get past like the intro and stuff after the stream here and before tonight's stream, since that releases in 2 hours for PC. So got a little bit of relearning to do. I have not played, I played Destiny 1 but on PS4 like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm looking forward to it though. Hello CJ. Say I have a feeling he's gonna swap over, so I'm just preemptively doing it as well. Little building's actually gonna help him if he's gonna pop out. He's doing the same thing. Oh, I could have got him there. I'm trying not to use premium here. If he's not using APCR, I should be fine. Never mind, I angled wrong. I actually need to, I'm gonna test out the overlay I made for Destiny here soon, just to make sure it works and everything. That was not good. Why did I do that? I thought they were still going to be aiming directly ahead. Yeah, the problem is we have freaking people back, like sitting way back, that otherwise we should be getting help from. Yeah, now they're pushing the center. Needed to get him to one-shottable levels. Go, but EPCR it is now, because this is fairly iffy. Because if I get hit by the 268, I in turn become one-shottable. Comes. Alright, I need to definitely get him out. Very unlikely that I'm gonna be able to pull comeback here, but crap. Got a couple seconds till he reloads. Here we go. I'm down to 1 ABCR. I've been using quite a bit here. Need to get this T-32 out though before I... Crap, they're already... Come on, defender. This is probably not going to be a good idea for me. There we go. It's just, there already still has a shot. No. We need to go back this way. We're not able to push into a tortoise. Especially he has no HP. We need, hopefully I don't pick the wrong road here. That road's a little bit more iffy for me. We need to spot the center somehow. Thing is not exactly the most accurate thing in the world though, but there we go. Now we got some spots. Now we're back into this. Very nice. No fire extinguisher, he's gonna die. Which I'm gonna catch up on chat in a second. Which, hello Abdul and Floyd. I see that you guys popped in here. This is a little bit closer than I'd like right now. At least our E75 has some... Be very nice though if I could spot. Mainly there he is, the Udez. I probably am the one that hit him there. This... Artie's probably gonna hit me again here, but not terribly concerned about it as long as, you know, it's not a direct hit. I was mainly trying to kill this Udez though. Yeah, I guess nobody else has an angle on him. Now we got this though. That was a little bit iffy. Honestly, that was a stupid shot. If I didn't use APCR there, we would have lost, to be honest, because IS-7 has a little bit of accuracy problems, but penetration at times can really troll the hell out of you. So, but I'm doing pretty well, Abdul. Hopefully, all is well for you. I know it's been a while too, but hopefully, your back's doing much better. Got a Master Badge First Class, High Caliber Award. Not a bad start to the stream. The IS-7 just kind of stuck out to me today. It's like, why don't we start with this instead of starting with a grind? And it kind of worked out. It's a pretty decent start there. So back to the shop. Let me get these requests up too before I Mid-tier Russian heavy. 32. Grind. There we go. I think that's all the requests. Thanks, guys. All right. Finally a match in the beginning. It's been a while since I've started out with a decent match. I just gotta reply to this for my brother. Come on, hurry up. There we go. All right, E75 here. Okay, as far as I mentioned a whole like Halloween theme event coming out for PC here soon. As far as that goes, that's really the only real news that has kind of been put out by Wargaming. I would say with the next patch, we probably have at least another week or two until like a lot of information come out for it. With that, we're going to be getting, you know, the FV-183 replacement, nicknamed kind of the Badger, the Tier 10 TD. It got him. I was not wanting to miss that. Holy crap, they got a lot of people in the north. That's kind of what I figured. They have a T-95 down here, so I'm gonna scoot my way this way. It doesn't make sense for me to try to fight the T-95 right now to where I can just kind of ignore him. And hopefully by the time he gets to the town, we'll be in a little bit better position to deal with him. Eye on your mini-map. I didn't think he was gonna let me hit him. Right. Alright, now we got a problem with, we got a lot of people sitting in the back and they are actually pushing. Mainly here, but they're gonna be coming from my left as well. Come on, guys. Need to. At least I have a tortoise here on my right. But the T-95 looks like he's gonna get. He's just gonna get circled in the south. They don't have anyone down there. So my main goal is to stay alive here. But I need to keep this guy alive. Okay, I can't cover both. He's not actually pushing now, he's pushing towards the tortoise. Which, as long as the tortoise doesn't die, I'm fine with. Dude, worry about... You got people pinging there, but we got bigger concerns. Like, they're, you know, they're mainly pushing into town. Like, you have two people back on the ridge, the Scorpion G and AMX 1375, and you have a T-95. Other than that, all their tanks are pretty much in the same location. Hello, Shaggy, nice to see you. Yeah, he's just hitting me with APCR through the front, but he angled wrong there. Super Pershing, you don't want to push that close on a tank that can pen most of your front. You kind of have to stay at range and make them miss your weak spots, whether it's through like wiggling or just luck. alright with that, but I need to repair because we have a pretty big lead now to where I can just... I got a crap ton of HP left. I can just kind of push in and I'll be fine unless this Scorpion G nails me. Pretty easy though, since the enemy... They were pushing, but they took a little bit too long. They really needed to get myself and the Tiger 1 out. So far though, my gun has definitely been kind to me this match at 4,200 damage basically. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get... wanted that kill. Hello Casper, nice to see you. Which, for the tank request commands, you guys need to, you know, it's just exclamation point request. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't know about, like, abbreviating and stuff. If I can add the M4A1 Rev. Alright, there we go. Pretty decent match here. 4,500 damage. A little bit of blocked. Some assist on top of that. Got a Mastery Badge First Class again. High Caliber. And 1 bond. So, another decent match here to begin. Good for you guys. You get some stream currency out of it. So next up I have the M48A5. Honestly, I was really worried there. Because they could have killed me very early. I overextended a little bit because I really like that little like side road that I was on, or center road it basically. But they never committed, and our team actually moved up into the town, which I kind of want to see. Hopefully this doesn't. It shouldn't break the stream. I want to make sure my overlay works for. Switch overlays tonight. Yeah. Hello Rich, nice to see you. Hopefully the weather is better up near you than no sound. That is one thing I forgot. Thanks Dana. Hello, JT. I'm gonna have to fix that. Rolling Thunder. So it's gonna mute itself here again in a second. Let me try to fix that right away here. There we go. That fixes it. Thanks guys for pointing that out. I forgot to add in the right microphone. It was defaulting to my webcam microphone, which I have turned off. So anyway, thanks for pointing that out. Video on it. That's a good idea, William. I'm gonna keep that in mind because I plan on like right now at work, Ryan and I have to make 180 cupcakes here. You know, we could make them at the restaurant, but it won't be too difficult to make them here before this weekend. To where I've got some weekdays off here, but we have 2 giant 150 and 180 parties this weekend. A wedding and a kind of like a reunion in a way. But getting close to being able to finally put out some like regular videos, and I need to do some stuff on my websites too. That's what happened or is happening here right now, Rich. It's raining quite a bit. It's really windy too. Levi was not very happy on his walk this morning. And today of course my HVAC people are coming back today to finish. And I might have to actually reschedule some of it because some of it they have to do outside. We're supposed to get like 2 inches of rain and it's really crappy out. Okay. Okay, they have an Object 260 up here. That's not great for us. Fortunately though, this thing has a little bit more turret armor. And the 260 doesn't really have gun depression, that helps as well. It's not exactly the spot that I would pick for that tank, to be honest. Hello, Victor. Hey, I've done that before too. Lots of the times, rolling, it's better if you continue to like drive and try to turn, because that will actually help you flip over a little bit if you're still in the movement process. If you start rolling and you just kind of stop, then that will probably make it a little bit more likely. Uh-oh, I got myself a little too far up now. I had myself in a sweet spot here, which I swapped over to heat. Yes, it's premium, but the STB1, I know APCR, there's only a really small spot I can pen him. At least on his turret. Yeah, it's another little mistake. Just, the guys up here helping me, they're not... Basically, they're bleeding a ton of HP. Which this guy is actually doing the right thing here. Alright. Unfortunately, they see that we don't have a lot of HP now. I really need to get this STB1 out, though. Our guys aren't able to fight him. He's definitely going to get a shot on me. Alright, there we go. It's just, we're still in a pretty big pickle here. Even bigger now because I don't have a lot of HP left. Just trying my best to hold it down there, but I lost 2 shots worth of HP for very stupid reasons, trying to push into the 260. If we had all went though, when that one light ran across, we probably would have had him. But I hesitated a little bit, and the mediums back here, or that were here, they did kind of push, but at the wrong time. Nice job, 260. He killed me. I was a little bit too far up, but almost 2,500 damage. It's just, it sucks because I think we could have won that, but we just played into their hand a little bit because I was doing a lot of damage early on at them, but then they kind of pulled back and I kind of fell into that. Up next I have a IS-3 request, but I still did what I could. I was up against basically 2 10s, and yeah. Alright, IS-3. Hello, poser. You definitely will like it. That's always scary. Our laptop, when it updates, does stuff like that. Honestly, I plan on, because we did have Windows 8 on it and updated it to 10 with that like free update. That's part of the problem. I need to just nuke the thing and put a actual copy of Windows 10 on it. Alright, so few 9s on the enemy team. I'm kind of tempted to push across, but that's a little bit too risky. Especially since they have a few TDs that can get shots off early. Hello Marga, nice to see you. Figuring out the cupcakes right now. Texting, my brother's texting me about it. I don't even know. I need to figure out how to actually get them to the restaurant. It's a lot of freaking cupcakes. Maybe I should do a bacon cupcakes with Cody and Ryan stream on Thursday. I think that's when we'll be doing it. I would, but I don't have a webcam that works in my kitchen yet. Hello, Leanne. Nice to see you. Or Leanne. Hopefully one of those is close. Uh-oh, Levi's being a little too generous here. I guess he's resting up so he can attack the HVAC people again. Hopefully he doesn't, yeah. Some days he's always grumpy when people come over, but some days he's a little bit too vicious. Hopefully that's not today. Alright. I might get shot from this way, but I think the bat chat popped here. Just if he's aiming for the bat on the right side of that rock, I usually can pop up on the left and get a hit. Hello Grigsby, nice to see you. So, Cairnvarn's actually a terrifying tank to come across now. Yeah, it's got a better upper plate. Got a better turret front, better gun. Before, I just kind of looked at it as like a tier 7. Now, it's actually kind of scary. You know, definitely not the best tier 8 heavy, but it's up there now. My problem is, you know, not that the IS-3 is a bad tier 8, but I'm a tier 8 going up against a lot of tanks with armor here. And I can't really overextend myself or else my HP is going to go really quickly. Whoa, freaking T-30. Why are you pushing me out there, dude? That's not a good sign. I'm lucky I didn't just get... because he just threw heat at me as well. I threw APCR at him. Because, honestly, penning him is pretty much out of the question as far as this thing goes on a regular... shot-to-shot basis. I'm actually swapping to HE here because not too confident in penning him, but I wanted to damage his gun. That's something that there's the heat round. A lot of people overlook at times, but the accuracy on this. Oh lord. If the enemy doesn't have a repair kit, it can really screw up kind of their tactic. I guess I'm gonna wait until I get my med kit back because I can't hit anything now. This isn't exactly the best thing to be fighting on uneven terrain, but with a freaking knocked out gunner. Go. Hello, Kia. Nice to see you. I can do the Kranwagen. Nice. Whoa. Tiger 1 is pushing in there. He has some balls. Give that guy a little shot. Hello, Matthew. Nice to see you. Alright. ST1 I can actually pen now, just... Grigsby, it's Tuesday night's stream. The game of the week stream is Tuesday night. It's the 2-hour one. But you never know, I might do longer ones depending on the Tuesday night. Like I might go a little bit longer tonight. But yeah. Thank you guys. I was actually, yes, I was expecting to get hit by him. There we go. But I wanted to spot them all because I'd like a little bit of assist damage. Come on, go. Saw that coming. That probably would have bounced if it was not an APCR shell, but I almost, every time you see a Scorpion G, I just expect that they have APCR. But we're actually at a risk to lose here now. Like, we're only up by 1 tank. I thought I was safe there, but obviously not. Oh, he just threw an HE. Like, I was throwing HE, which wasn't working out fine, but yeah, we should have it now. All right, so hopefully we get a W there. All right, so we have a Kranwagen. Hello, fake chatbot. Anyway. T54 is up next for the next request. But yeah, like as far as like the game of the week stream too, it may change. Like I may you know, switch it to different days, but as of right now, I think keeping it Tuesday night works out pretty well for me. It's just sometimes doing a different game, it's hard for me to stream it early because I have to, like, say Destiny 2 today. It actually doesn't release for PC for an hour and a half here. It takes me some time to get the sound levels right. That's going to be my hardest challenge today. Hello, Wako. Bomber crew? Sure, I will. You just add that. I'll take a look at it. Here we go. Thanks for mentioning it. I'll take a look at it after the stream here. Right, anybody else coming this way? They're gonna be pushing this spot pretty pretty hard. From the looks of it, you know, it's never a surefire thing, but just looking at their tanks, they're better to push the forest than they are the other side. So either this is gonna go very well or very bad for me. Like, I'm putting myself out like in the front here because I need to get some space for the TDs behind me and the SPG. Need to really bite my tongue not to overextend here. Like, they're pushing still. Crap. Get a hit on him, but I'm still not feeling pushing here, guys. It's saying a lot for me too. Yeah, thank God. Like, that one guy died, but I'd say we do not have the numbers on this side. We need to let them come to us, especially because our TDs cannot help us. Crap, that was really poor shot on my part. Alright, I'm actually thinking T-49. Pretty sure our TDs have a better shot. Uh-oh, I didn't think he moved that far up. Trying to let them move up a little bit here. Not exactly working out though. Here, got one hit there, but because the T-55A does not have that much gun depression, so him trying to push over that hill area is good for us. Us trying to push into him is not good, obviously. That's what I get for using heat. I had heat loaded mainly for dealing with their mediums here. Alright, now the problem arises. Oops, that was my SPG, but that was kind of my fault. I knew I was definitely pushing it a little bit. Crap, this is not good. Whew. Please don't arty again. There we go. Thank you very much, Dana, for the tip. I saw this little orange flash over here, and I'm like, thank you, Dana. But it has been a pretty good start, yes. And I got 46 HP to spare right now here. Hello, 23, nice to see you. I've got 45 more HP than what I actually need. I probably should have just went behind him. They still have a couple tanks that we don't have spotted, so playing it safe, taking the longer route, even though pretty much when I'm spotted I can die pretty much instantly. But yeah, it is called the Heat 54 for a reason. But the main reason I swapped to it, because we're, you know, kind of on hilly terrain, and the gun depression on this not being the best, most of my shots, if it had stuck, you know, fighting like that, were gonna be basically hitting them in the turret, you know, upper part, maybe even the upper glacis. If they were shooting heat at them was, you know, a no-brainer, because my AP round wouldn't have been able to do anything. Sad face. I thought I just ammo-racked him. I got really excited there for a second. Alright, time to move in here, even though I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything else. Oh well. Anyway, still a pretty fun battle. Let me update the tip goal here. Which I'm hoping to try out something different at the end of the stream here. I won't spoil it as it as to what it is, but we'll see. Top 4 damage, experience wise a little bit lower, but all in all we got a nice little W, and our team did a pretty damn good job. We only lost 3 tanks there. So alright, so a heavy tank, Russian heavy tank, tier 5 to 7 since it's mid-tier. Why don't I pick... I haven't played a T150 in a while. Why don't I pick that? I'm pretty sure it was request for Russia. Which, feel free, you know, feel free to keep requesting tanks if you guys would like. You know, I got plenty of time here with the 3-hour streams now. To where if I get through your request, feel free to request another one if it's not, you know, fairly full. Maybe Levi's tired yesterday. He was outside with me for like 3 or 4 hours. I was freaking cleaning up acorns. I hate them. Like the bane of my existence. Anyway, though, with the T150, I'm gonna play it, you know, definitely not safe, but I'm heading down here. So safer as far as what I'm gonna come across. Pretty much you're always guaranteed to come across tanks down here. So typically I like playing the north here because it's a flank to where if you win it, your team's very likely to win the match. Because either, you know, this flank's still holding up and you can work your way around and flank them, or this flank's gonna fall and fail anyway, so you're gonna try to rush and beat the cap. Hello, Lolly Boss. I was about to say, Destiny, and installing that, it takes up like 61 gigabytes. World of Warships got moved over to my non-SSD hard drive, so... Alright, that KV2 learned why you should not push when you're bottom tier. Right in front of where most of the enemy team's tanks are going to pop up. I'm going to fight here to begin with. Definitely not exactly the safest choice for me, but I was hoping to track him. And yeah. Thought I was going to be fine from a direct hit from Artie, but nah, it hit me anyway. Okay, I think I need to stick with this spot. I do to an extent, but I like things nice and clean. I was like cleaning up on our gardens, driveway, stuff like that. I don't like do the entire yard. That would be a little bit excessive. Alright, this is where I really wish that we had a little bit of help here. our Scorpion G being top tier, we need his gun. But yeah, I'm stuck down here alone now because everyone else ran away. It does not help, guys. Like, yeah, I'm virtually, yeah. I'm a goner. Ain't nothing I can do, not fast enough to get out of here, but, you know, it's just gonna be domino effect now. Which, you know, our other top tier as far as 8, because our M4 was trying to make it work down there, we have the Chrysler, which has the most armor on our team. He's up in the, you know, the other flank, the northwest corner, which is all fine and dandy. However, he lost most of his HP, and he's not pushing it hard enough because they've almost won this flank already. He's fighting behind the T-20. It's just, you know, even though we're not behind technically tank-wise, it's, you know, it's a little frustrating to see, you know, your top tiers play like that sometimes. But, oh well. The only other thing I could have done differently was instead of push closer to the water there, I could have stayed up higher. I would have stayed alive a little longer, but still would have been the same outcome. So I have a T-32 request up next. But tier 6 matchmaking, you're almost always bottom tier, which, you know, is all fine and dandy. But sometimes having to rely on people, your teams, make it, it's, you know, it's a lot more iffy as to whether or not where you go is actually going to work. How to be an arty magnet? That's not very that's not very hard. You just put you put one of these little medals next to your name. That way, even if someone isn't using XVM, they still know who to shoot. But yeah. Yeah, sometimes you get those bad streaks with matchmaking. Like, while the new matchmaking setup, you know, to where a lot of matches there's, you know, 2 to 3, sometimes 4 top tiers, then, you know, there's a decent amount of mid tiers and then a bunch of low tiers in the match as far as team makeup. To me, while, you know, I look at it as like I'm bottom tier again here. Yes, it's more difficult for you to play, and, you know, the people that are top tier, you know, the enemy, it feels like, you know, they have an advantage over you, like they're tier 10s and 9s shooting at you in an 8. And your team, you know, it can be frustrating when your top tiers don't pan out, but in the long run, it balances out for everybody. Once you get all the tiers, as a new player, it kind of sucks, but I look at it as, you know, a challenge a lot of times. And when I'm, say, a tier 8 and I outperform, you know, their higher tiers, it makes you feel more rewarded. Most of the complaining you hear from people comes from people that really, really are in the stats, and they see it as, you know, being unfair, and they always want to be like, you know, top dog essentially, or on an equal playing field. But part of the, you know, a lot of changes in World of Tanks are definitely controversial nowadays. I'll admit, like, they do some very iffy things now when it comes to balancing. But love or hate World of Tanks, it's addicting for a lot of different reasons, and I feel like the matchmaking not always being, say, just same tier every single match and like same tanks on each side definitely has a, you know, part in that, because each match, while it is the same maps over and over for now till we get the new render for the maps and they get changed around a bit, they are the same. However, you know, each match is different, even if you play the same thing over and over. We have enough people behind me, so I'm hoping going up here I'll be able to do something, but we'll see how this works out. I'm not terribly confident in being able to bounce a grill 15. He's the one who's gonna be the one shooting me. Well, yes, that's usually how I look at it, as, you know, there's an equal amount of people on the other side that are in the same boat as you. Just try to outplay them. And that's all you really can hope for. Some matches, if it's not going your way. Alright, grill 15's still back there. Tortoise. Get this guy nudged out here a little bit. Yeah, I don't think he's very happy. Like, take for example there, just killed 2 tier 9s, not from full HP, but, you know, you're never useless in a match, even if you are bottom tier, and it feels that way. You always can do something. That something might be just throwing your tank out there to take a shot and die, but you're always going to be able to contribute in some way, shape, or form. Granted, I still wish, even though it would make it harder, they'd rebalance premium rounds. That definitely makes playing bottom tier easier nowadays. That guy's still, he's saying fall back, but I get why he wants me to fall back, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense for us to fall back right now. Well, by us, I mean me, because I'm the only one up here. But, it's just one of those things where we just took all this ground. They have 3 tanks down here. 2 of them have low HP. And we have 4 sitting behind me. We could very easily, which this T-54 is going to push up, we can very easily kill him. You just got to move up. You guys have all the HP in the world here. If only I had hit that bat chat. We're slowly getting there. Here we go. Now he's definitely one-shottable. I don't even care that Artie's like plinking me here. I'm gonna get hit by the girl 15. I'm gonna get hit by the girl 15. Doesn't matter. Thank you. Thank you for actually moving up. Especially in that tank, they buffed its mobility now to where it actually can play somewhat aggressive. You definitely have to be careful as to what's going to hit you, but it's not just a sit back and hide tank. Alright. Could be good to move up now. Is that a request poser? Or... fat chance of me hitting that. Okay, their ED definitely moved back, which, that was my bad. I knew he was going to be able to hit me. It's just a question of if I can spot him or not. Which he's just out of my view range. Come on, TDs. Waiting for you here. Still waiting for you. They're down to 3 tanks. We have a pretty big advantage over them. And they kill him, of course. Like, let's actually make sure I hit this shot. Okay. I was just wondering. Well, honestly, that's why sometimes, you know, I carry HE shells on my tanks. Because when you are bottom tier, you know, even if they don't do a lot of damage, they're doing something. And a lot of people, you'd be surprised, say they're in like a mouse, and they're not paying a ton of attention. If they get plinked, or I keep saying plink, frickin' The Price is Right. Plinko. That's where that comes from. Hopefully someone got a chuckle out of that. But, you know, if they get hit by an HE shell, even if it doesn't do much damage or just damages their gun or nothing at all, it gets them from not playing as aggressive. Sometimes, not all the times, but if you're not paying a ton of attention, you're getting hit by like 2, 3, 4 shells at once. That extra shell you're throwing in there can definitely mentally do something. I know that doesn't always, you know, turn out to be a lot of experience or damage and whatnot, but sometimes playing as bottom tier, you got to play to win the match. Got a mastery badge first class here, not too bad for a tier 10 match. Damage wise, you know, pretty low, but top experience because I was damaging higher tier tanks for the most part there, which is another thing. Being bottom tier, a lot of people don't understand that you actually get more experience and in a way more credits as well, but primarily experience from damaging higher tiers. Doesn't always equate to more credits, but depends on how many premium rounds you're firing. But you do get a experience modifier for damaging higher tier tanks. So that's 3 first class battles so far for the stream here. Next up we have a grind, so why don't I hop into no, the tank I'm closest on, let me start with that, is the Leopard prototype. Yeah. Up after this, Levi has a pick. Usually I pick something that I haven't really played in a while. Yeah, it's really freaking humid and hot outside right now for this time of year. I can't wait for it to be over with. Alright, so not exactly the best map here for this thing. I'm probably gonna play south. It's just thanks Dana for tipping Levi. I'll get to him. Maybe he'll be awake by the next battle. A little bit off there. Do that, but no SPGs, so crap. AMX 1390 could be a problem. I can't pen the Strev 1030 unless I swap over to Heat. Kind of a dick move to do, but I know my APCR cannot get him. Alright, so he's behind us. I should be safe to push this way. Might as well just go and help and make sure we get this guy out as fast as possible, so then I'll push back through the south. Seems to be the logical choice right now for me. If we get a little bit closer here, he's able to duck around the corner. Thanks for tipping Levi too, Victor. I'll try to spread his tips out here. Alright, never mind. We have a 704. No. It's Bitter Cupcake, the name. Maybe it heard that I had to make frickin' cupcakes this week for the restaurant. I'll take the hit. I should be able to get my way over here. I don't really like fighting in this area, but with no RD, I will definitely give it a go. If I don't flip myself over. I've been pretty close a couple times here. I need to be careful because nobody else is coming out with me. Alright, the bat chat pulled all the way back. We don't want that T-57 to spot me yet. And I missed my first shot. Yeah, no RD definitely changes where I go on each map. Like, you almost never see me over here if there's an SPG. So it's really the only place that the enemy SPGs can really shoot at reliably. So I just cross this off. Not that SPGs are always... Alright, so that's not destructible. The largest threat on the enemy team, but if you can avoid them, definitely something I plan for. I have a feeling that guy's in the 0 line still, but I could be wrong here. Got 3,300 damage. Oh, no, he's all the way back here. Get out of the way! Alright. I like when he wakes up and finds them. It makes him a nice little surprise. Thanks for tipping Levi though, guys. Got second most amount of damage in... Wait, let's see. Third most in the match. Not too bad. Super Conqueror, fittingly, was very super. And just wiped the floor. And yeah, a little bit of credits on top of that. So... got one win out of the way for a grind. Levi has a pickup here. Let's play something... Haven't played... There we go. WZ111 5A in quite some time. Hello Gary, nice to see you. Just let me start a raffle here. Hour in. Winner gets 501 Levi biscuits. Let's go with that. Hello, Hall Tang. Nice to see you. Think going that away. We'll see how many people go left though. I just don't like our odds over there. Alright, there's a lot of people going over there, so we need me over here anyway. They can love me or hate me for not going over there, but basically I'd be playing that side defensively. I'm more confident in being able to push this side, even if they have a lot of people over here. But who knows? I could just run out here and die. Now I have a shot on him. Matter of getting my gun depression to work. And I missed. Ah, shit. Alright, is one of our... They're not. I'm gonna say that we have plenty of people back there that can shoot him. I could have turned around, but I should have turned around at this point. This sucks. We're gonna lose our SPGs. So, this is just fine and dandy now. You see a lot of people push up through the center now in a light. Sorry, SPGs. I probably should have helped them, but it honestly wouldn't have changed the outcome from what it looks like. It doesn't look like anybody really starts shooting him. But there's freaking at least 5 tanks back there that could have shot him. They either all missed, didn't pay attention, but even more important now for me to push. But I didn't go to the other side because right now, even though we have tanks over there, they don't have a ton spotted. I would not be able to push. I'd basically be backpedaling a little bit. Since this doesn't have the best gun depression, armor on it's definitely iffy against 9s and definitely 10s. He's gonna cross here. I should have pulled that a second sooner. Bot going. I think that was the Yag Tiger. Ooh, God. Crap. No repair kit. Sheridan's up now. It's alright, Gary. Trust me, I actually deal with, I had to remind myself when I'm streaming now, because I was on that same schedule for like, like 6 months or something. That's like a first. I've always had to switch it around a lot because of work, but this year, you know, it stayed pretty much the same through and through. I got lucky there. I haven't exactly played this very well, but At least our team's doing pretty decent together. Outside of losing, you know, SPG. Early, I've been pretty fine. Crap, lost my ammo rack. I'm taking damage here, but as long as we can get this Scorpion G out again, I should be fine. Again, a PCR shot from a Scorpion G, not surprised. Crap, Pula, he's a goner. SPG there. Ah, that's not good for me. I knew that he couldn't shoot me if he was trying to hit me. The 261 doesn't have the best gun depression. Congratulations, Randall, on winning the raffle. Or we'll play the Type 4, Greg. I can play the Type 5 though if you would like. Trying to steal you, Labobo. Alright, so I got a Master Badge 3rd class, Confederate Award. Yeah, all in all, our team did a pretty decent job, even though we lost the SPG early. Granted, at the same time, looking back, he was in Lorraine 15551, or 51. He could have moved away from that WZ132, and he stayed right where he spawned. So it's kind of on him, but at the same time, he shouldn't have made it that far. Alright, so I have a M4A1 Rev now. Ugh. That sounds like you need to update your graphics driver. I assume you have, like, say a NVIDIA or AMD like GPU. So that sounds something graphic driver wise, Victor. Hi, you found your biscuit? Here's another one. Say tomorrow Levi will be going to the vet, and hopefully this is the one where we are able to figure out what we're doing with his little foot. Granted, he's, you know, not to say he's fine, but he's technically fine. It's just his foot's like really swollen because it has the cyst on it, but no infection or anything anymore. We have 2 Type 5s. I will leave them that way, and I'll actually head up here for a change. We still need to figure out a long-term solution now. Okay, let's see. They're heading there, which... Ooh, they put a lot of their lights down that way, so I will go this way instead of going up into the mountain. Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you. I'd say I can actually put an overlay up. I think it's a little bit blocky, unless I might have forgot to disable it. Or no, it's disabled here. For the raffle, it shows like everyone that has entered, like the command for it and whatnot. But just to show you guys like the odds of winning it. Why are they running away? Makes no sense. Like, we just let them, you know, not that they pushed very far, but, you know, we saw that they pushed down there, so why not grab what ground that we can here and use it? Might just be crazy in my part for thinking that, but gonna hurt. You can get back to M4. Oh lord. Like, it might just seem crazy to think that way, but I can hit that bat, but I want to get this Udez moving. And I missed him. Crap, I actually swapped over to HE. Well, yeah, it is a really hard tank to play. And Udez got me. That's why I was afraid of him. Oh well. I honestly don't play it very well because, like, I do think it's a pretty decent premium to play. However, I find it not really working for me because I'm not really a sit and wait person, and this is all the tank really does. Because you have an M4 chassis at tier 8 playing up to tier 10. It's not even just the problem armor wise. It's a problem with the size. It's just so tall to where even though you have gun depression to work with, it's just, to me, it's very frustrating to play. It's just a camping medium, which, yeah, to me isn't really the best role that you can have because it lacks a little bit of pen and accuracy. I definitely left myself out there too far, but it would have been nice if our lights actually stuck up there. We could have ran away with that on that flank there. I'm actually, Labobo, we've been giving them, our marshmallows. He does not like them, to be honest. The only way we can get him to eat a marshmallow, like even ripped in half, like small, so it's easy for him to swallow, we have to like coat it in, we have to like crush up one of his, they're not pills, but little treat pills essentially, like they're vitamins essentially, that are fish and krill. Yeah, he doesn't do well with them because he doesn't have many teeth, I think, to chew it up, so it's just this globby, sticky thing in his mouth. He does eat them though, only because I point at it, and he knows he gets a treat afterwards if he eats it, so he will eat it if I do that. I could go fight in the field this match, but yeah. Oopsie daisy. Not able to turn that fast. But Ryan likes using them because it's a little bit easier to get his pills and a marshmallow than the other stuff that we have. Crap. I might... Nope. I might be able to get up here fast enough. I know. Yeah, we bought big ones, but we rep him into like thirds because his pill's pretty big. We wanted to go with minis, but they wouldn't fit in it. But it's better than making him eat a pill just on its own. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna make it, little light tank. I don't know if this Udez is gonna make it, but this thing does not have the best accuracy, and I missed my last 2 shots. But at least gives us options. Because right now, don't have a ton of options when it comes to being able to give them stuff. We could find something pizza flavor that he's not allergic to. That would be awesome. This dog frickin'... He can't eat pizza, of course. He's allergic to gluten, dairy, what have you. But, that's what he, like, lived off of at his previous home. I really want to push here. But yeah, I know that he's still there. Really wish I had a heat round. I'm just gonna bounce off of him unless I get lucky. Yeah, not lucky. They are almost at our cap though. Come on guys. There we go. Push on the T-49. You can do it. I'm honestly bailing. It's struggle city. Like, how can they not turn on that crap? And there's a... Now the T-95's moving in. Screw it. I can't fight alone back there. I just need to go. It just... I don't get how they weren't able to push into this T-49. Daisy. I know I'm probably not going to make it out of this alive. I was going to say, let's try to keep him there. Panther 2 is probably going to come up and get me. Or the Kronwagen, but... Come on guys, push back. Because if I turn my turret, the T-95's got me. We should have this though. I don't think he's going to be able to cap out. Actually... Whoa, don't push him. What are you doing? Crazy people. He was frickin' turning him back towards me after I tracked him. Guy got off the cap though. That was his only chance. Not exactly the prettiest match, but at least we're gonna get a win here. Hello, Auntie. Nice to see you. Honestly, like, I like the Kronwagen and the tanks. To me, they were fine when they were implemented, which wasn't that long ago, but since then, the balance and changes that they've done, I think they just need a little bit better gun handling. I think the penetration is alright, but they need better gun handling and accuracy, because they do have low DPM, but their turrets are basically impenetrable. They fight really well on hills. It's just the tanks that they've rebalanced or added in at high tiers, which it hasn't been that long. The Kronwagen, you know, is a pretty new tank. In World of Tanks terms, it's kind of, you know, scary in a way that it's already been power creeped in a way. But I still think it works out fairly well. It's just a lot of times you get a map that it just does not work on in the least bit. Me hopping to for a Levi pick. Let's play another 10 that I haven't played in a while. He would, William. However, he's allergic to pork, beef, chicken, gluten, can't have dairy. We think he's allergic to. As far as allergic, very high likelihood that he is allergic to things. We're still doing we need to do allergy tests to figure out exactly, but his diet right now just is mainly salmon, but anything fish, and then like the stuff that binds it is like pea flour and stuff, but no grains essentially, as far as say like wheat, barley, stuff like that. A WZ132 request? Sure thing. Oh yeah, the shell arc is a little bit of a annoying feature of it. I always joke around. Like, his one set of treats we have is just like freeze-dried, dehydrated salmon, like just salmon meat. It's almost like I'm giving him fish food. That's what it looks like little pellets almost, like little cubes of salmon. This is not good. Why did I push out here against... Yeah. 2 bat chats. I didn't even look. Oh god. I'm dead. Whoop, never mind. Thank you, TVP, for saving me. Get myself back into trouble here. Never mind. Ooh, yep. Yep. Why did I do that? I'm not going to be able to get a cheap shot in through a window. Crap, the gun depression. Gonna get me killed. Struggle City when it comes to gun depression. Which, you know, grinding out the lights, this was my most anticipated light. It's still very good. But the last patch, they buffed the Sheridan and the AMX 13105, the alpha up to this tank's levels, which was the main feature of the WZ 1321 being tier 10 for a light, is having 390 alpha. Now that's not really, you know, unique to it. And again, another balancing decision where, not that this is like bad tank, it's power creeped a little bit, because really the only other advantage it has over other tier 10 lights, like the Sheridan, has insane DPM, better mobility, and better gun depression than this, and I think a little bit better accuracy. This just really has turret armor now. It can bounce some tier 10 shots, definitely not TDs or premium rounds, but it has the turret, but you know, it doesn't have gun depression to back it up. To where in a way, you know, it kind of, why push for this tank now? Which is a little depressing, because I thought the Sheridan and honestly the AMX 105 light were perfectly fine with how they were. And yet they just decided to slap more alpha on them and call it a day, instead of buff something else about the tank. I can add the Patriot on for a request, Stanley. It's going to take me a little bit to get to it. I play request in order. I will add it on now. He's probably like 21 HP. I'm not shooting him. Still ended up with a decent match here. Almost got myself killed early, but it worked out in the end. Been quite a few matches today where, you know, I'll definitely push the envelope even if I have low HP. As long as I'm not dead, I'm still able to frickin' churn out damage, basically the same. But I was playing out a little bit too aggressive in the beginning. Thankfully that TVP kind of helped me a little bit. Got 8 bonds for a win. I'm keeping an eye on these because eventually I can get like some piece of equipment, but 2700 damage, our team did pretty damn well. Almost everyone got over 1000 damage. Yeah, just barely eked the profit out as well. So we have a 113 up next. What do I want to pick for this? I'll probably just go repairs, since I don't have any repairs on this crew yet. Hello Uber, nice to see you. Well, probably lots of vodka drinking. It mainly comes down to that at this point, like, I was reading a discussion. Oh, sorry, Casper. I I actually missed the challenge pop up. That's why. Thanks for pointing that out. I'll do that. I'll do that after this. Usually I hear the little jingle, and I missed that jingle for that one. I'll have to turn my sound up a little bit more. Thanks for tipping Levi a biscuit. I probably should leave the shop purchase up. But I was actually in a discussion. Basically, at this point, it's not clearly stated by Wargaming, but it's virtually implied that when it comes to balancing, when the new team took over, it's almost 2 years at this point. Basically, Wargaming shelved the idea of they were going to rebalance premium rounds and basically change them or get rid of them in a way and just, you know, rebalance ammunition as a whole. Once the new team took over and, you know, the balancing department got a new leader and a lot of people got shifted around at Wargaming back then, that seemed to have been taken off the table in the process, which is why we see all these balancing changes, which, you know, it kind of sucks, but it just seems basically Wargaming makes the most money from people getting premium accounts, to where it seems like, you know, definitely premium rounds have an influence on that because they cost a lot of credits, thus making people need a premium account a little bit more. Awesome, I'm against a tank. I'm against a tank I can't pen here, and that's why the Super Conqueror is a little bit unbalanced. Yeah, I can't do shit here, and I'm gonna die. Maybe I shouldn't rant, because I always get myself into trouble here. But, yeah, this Super Conqueror can't pen him unless I hit that really small frickin' hatch there. But I'm gonna die, so I'm gonna hop into the 113 again after the challenge. But, the case in point, they basically turned balancing, which I shouldn't have pushed that hard to begin with because our people are scattered on the other side of the map. They turned balancing, you know, they shelved premium rounds because it, you know, influences and promotes people to keep premium accounts, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to, you know, afford to play with premium rounds on a level playing field essentially. But it just, they shifted mentality a little bit in a worse way. The game's still fun, but they need to definitely do something, because there comes a point to where right now, you know, they're going through fixing some of the lines for the better. However, Super Conqueror, case in point there, it's a little bit unbalanced. Not in the sense that it's, say, better than every other tier 10. It definitely has its weaknesses, but it's imbalanced in a way because, take the Kronwagen for example, hold down, it's basically immune, which, this is going to be a challenge, so I have to do 2 times the HP in damage, assist, and... Uh-oh, I have someone knocking at my door. 1 second here. Alrighty then. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so on to a challenge here. Yeah, it's just my HVAC people are here a little bit early, but it's because the weather. It stopped raining for a little bit. So they need to do a couple things outside. So I might have to pop in and out here. But yeah. You gonna be nice? It's mainly just dealing with this guy. Like, I don't have to help them with anything. It's just Levi is a little grumpy and mean when people come to the door. Anyway, so just in case I need to pop in and out. Hey. Oh, this is gonna be a blast. But yeah, they weren't supposed to get here until 12. So, hey, you need to be nice. Maybe that'll make you a little happier. So sorry for this. I did not plan this, of course. All right. Anyway, I've got to reach 2200 damage, assist, and blocked all combined here. Hello, Sniper. Nice to see ya. Gotta love the weather, though. Had to rain on the day that I have things scheduled here. But yeah, Levi, definitely don't want him to attack anybody. He's funky when it comes to, like, anyone that's not, like, Ryan or I. Like, even my family at time, he does not like them coming up to his house. Hello, Rodrigo. It's taken a lot of years of playing. Unfortunately, this is not going to work out. Low HP. It's just Artie is able to splash me now easily. I have a feeling, though, that one of these guys is going to push up. Well, it's... You know, he is a good guard dog. At times, though, it's kind of bad, in a way, because he won't let people through the door that he should be letting people through the door. But after this battle, I need to pop out for just another second. Yep, he's got me. Oh well, unfortunately, that was not a good match for me. So congratulations, Casper, on winning the challenge here. Levi needs to tone it down a pinch too. I don't want to yell at him, of course, but it might come down to that. Alright, so I'm going to hop out for a second here. I need to do something. Come on. Alright. And I'm back again. Hey, lay down. So back onto the 113 here. Well, I shouldn't have pushed out that far, seeing that my team didn't push up. I'm just sorry, I'm a little bit distracted now. Because he's running around. I put his collar on, but I needed to honestly turn my AC off here. Since he's out there working on it, that wouldn't be a good combination. Halloween event? Sorry for this, guys, though. Levi, though, like, we don't have any collars like that, but he literally, it's just something that, you know, he's an old dog. We can't break him out of it. Basically, up until we got him, like, 2 years ago, he more or less was trained to basically attack everybody at the door, which is not a good thing. And basically as a puppy as well, he was teased a little bit by people he knew at the doors. I'm gonna have to pop out of here again. Sorry guys, again. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully my team's not too upset at me here. But I'm actually going to change the way I'm going now. See you, Rodrigo. Sorry again, guys, though. I'm going to do my best here to juggle both. But, yeah. It's mainly until Levi gets calmed down a little bit, which it seems like he is. Which, thanks for tipping Levi Gavastar. I'm gonna hold off though. I don't wanna tip him right now. I don't want him to kind of think that it's all right for him to be barking and running around. We do have a ton of trick-or-treaters, yes. Which he's fine with little kids. It's mainly, you know, people that are, you know, larger than him. Like at times if I come up and he doesn't recognize me right away, he gets a little bit upset. But it's just one of those things that we do our best to manage, but you know, it's hard to break an old dog of something that was kind of like ingrained in his head, like, this is okay for you to do. So honestly though, we have gotten him to the point at least where like he'll bark, act all tough and mean and everything, but he doesn't actually like say try to kill somebody, which for some reason I got problems all over the place now. My sound is not working in my headphones. Go figure. I don't know why that would have broke, but things are not going well here for me. I'm tracked, I'm gonna die, and yeah. Alright, so let's see if something's unplugged, because this is not good. Just my luck though. Yes, I know the sound's gone. I clicked it off for a second here. There we go. It's just something weird is happening. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on, to be honest. Let me try to reset this. Go figure. Sorry that it's pretty loud, guys. Okay. Maybe this will fix it. Hopefully. Sorry that it was really loud there for a second. But I'm hoping I don't need to. It's not to say I have to end the stream early. I might have to if things keep compounding here. I'm hopefully not going to have to do that though. But for some reason, there we go. For some reason things are, I don't even know why things are screwing up here, but everything's out of whack. Let's try this though, restarting. It just sounds all screwed up. Give me 1 second here and let me gotta restart OBS. Alright, let's try this now. Go figure. It's honestly the sound problem, it wasn't working on my end, which was the start of it, but then you guys start hearing, yeah. It's it actually, my headphones broke and nothing was coming out of them, and there was just like a buzzing noise, and obviously something just crapped out here. Oh well. This is not good, but which Gavassar, I will give you back. Come to think of it, the Levi biscuits you spent for that biscuit. I just don't want to tip him right now. So I'll give you back, yeah, I'm gonna give you back them. Alright. Sorry for the hiccups here, guys. This is not how I envision things, but... Alright. Obviously I don't even know. I've never had my sound, my headphones crap out on me here. So, should be all fixed. No, it's alright. Levi's calming down a little bit, so I might yeah, tip him here in a little bit. Alrighty. No, it's something with the client. But yeah, the sound just, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the sound just died for me. Like it's showing up in OBS. I played it once, Uber. I'm pretty sure I did like, I think it was last stream. I had like over 5k damage in it. 6 kills, something like that. But at least for me, it's showing up OBS that my sound is crapped out when I hop into a battle here in tanks. So if it's messed up here, it's showing up my voice is fine, but I might have to restart the game client now. Go figure. When one thing goes wrong, you know, it kind of piles on. But yeah, it's something with tanks, honestly. I basically had it fixed there. Once it switched from the garage to the battle, it popped and it crapped out. Yeah, it's something with the client here. So I'm gonna restart it. I honestly don't know what the reason is behind it, but yeah. Just wonderful. Oh Lord. Feels like I'm frickin' working right now. Having to troubleshoot everything. Didn't be hit from behind. But yeah, I can see clearly on OBS when I hit the battle, the sound for the game. It didn't drop low. It's showing it really high, like a high pitched, like consistent sound. It swapped from what it should be to obviously something's bugged. But restarting the client should fix that. And you got me again. I was trying to plan for him, but honestly though, it's actually hurting my ears. Never had this problem before. Usually it's my frickin' microphone. Ooh, he actually just pushed in. Sorry, Centaurian, but I guess I'm gonna try to stick with him. It's just, we have our huge group of tanks in the center, and they're starting to push now, thankfully. Go, he got the Borsig. Go, finally got him down. But yeah, sorry about the sound and everything. Like I said, I'm gonna try to restart the client, but it's working in the garage. It's something about in the battle that's screwing it up. I don't know why. It's almost like it's switching from one audio format to another. I don't know. It might be Windows 10. I actually had the update that you were speaking about. I had that yesterday. I haven't been on the PC since last stream, but I don't know what the hell it could cause problems with. Like this. Already can... Oh god, he's aiming at me. I saw that coming. Alright, let me try to restart the game here. And just like that, it popped off. Alright. So, sound is working again, at least from what the sound is supposed to. So, let me exit the game and restart things here. Lord. See, Wako, I've done the same thing before. It took me quite some time to be able to figure out, like, voice levels, sound, whatnot. Alrighty then. Hopefully just resetting the client here works, because I thought it was my headset for a second, but it's not. It's something. I don't like, I'm just gonna check my settings real quick, but I don't see why it would work in the garage, but then not work inside of you little dog. Nothing's. It's not like it's set up for something other than headphones. It's what I've always had it on. Alright, so let's give it a try again. I have a Luke's up next for a tank. And up after that's a Tortoise, an M4 Sherman, Type 4 Heavy, Patriot, E100, and a Conqueror. And I believe I forgot to type in there a Super Conqueror 2. I think both were requested there. I have about an hour left though, so for as far as requests, that fills up most of what's remaining. Hopefully though, that seems to have fixed it. Thank God. Let me start another raffle here, which for all these problems, I'll select a few winners here. Well, that honestly has never happened before. The sound, like you guys could hear it there in that last battle. Everything was working on my end when it swapped over from the garage, because it's two different servers essentially. When you swap from the garage, you actually get transferred to a different server essentially, what hosts the game. It popped in my ear, and it was just like a weird sound. Like it was showing that it was outputting sound, but it was not actual game sound. So that's a strange bug. Hopefully they fix that, because that was a little bit annoying. Hello Jack, nice to see you. Well, I could do both of them. That's no problem. My arch nemesis here. Trying to get my team some spots. Alright, I need to go this way. Hopefully. He's gonna hit me once. Ooh, God. Took 2 shots. And of course he's throwing pure APCR out. Whereas a standard round would be able to pen me regardless. Hey, them trying to get me, I should be safe. This is the arty I'm worried about. Yes. Well, this keyboard is... Honestly, I don't think they make it anymore, which is why it's so expensive. But, you know, it does have a LCD screen on it, and it has quite a few things to it. Like, I usually use the LCD screen. I bought it because I'm able to keep track of my CPU usage, to where if I'm streaming and I know it maxes out at 100, that's when my audio cuts out and gets all like garbled. Oh Lord. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it out of this. Yep. Shouldn't have popped back up, but again, T67 throwing pure gold, which that person killed me. Good job to him, but he's going on my blacklist for being a frickin' T67 driver like that. I don't know why I go down there. It never works out for me. Anyway, though, Tortoise is up next. Sorry for whoever requested the Lukes. That was a pretty bad battle there. Yeah, I like my keyboard. Ryan hates it, but I really like it. I've had it for I don't even know how many years, and it still looks exactly the same, brand new. Why don't I switch my luck around? I change the colors at times to break my bad luck. But yeah, specifically, I wouldn't recommend, honestly, people spend extra money on a keyboard like this with the little screen on it. Like tonight when I do Destiny, I'll be basically using that to help me a little bit with figuring out the settings and whatnot. Alright, we're defending. I don't really like defending. I'm gonna head out on this side. I think they'll be fine over there. Up after this, though, I have an M4 request, which definitely later on I will be streaming, you know, Destiny 2. That'll be 9 o'clock tonight. Start time. There goes Levi again. Oh god. Sorry about that again. My team is probably not happy at me. But yeah, I had to make sure Levi was not going to kill the HVAC guy. Luckily, he's been here a few times, so he knows how Levi is, but I still, you know, I feel bad. Congratulations, William, on winning. I'll select a couple other winners too here in a minute. Oh, God. All right. Levi should be good for a minute or two, I believe. Hey, calm down. You be nice. Hello, Colin. Nice to see you. At least my team, they're holding their own here, even though I was away for the first, like, 2 minutes of the battle. Definitely getting myself a little bit exposed here, but they don't have any spotters there right now. I'm glad I didn't set myself up in the north in the beginning, only because I would have died while I had to deal with Levi at the door, but I probably should have went up there. Again. Sorry for any inconveniences here. The little spoiled dog. Already finally started hitting me here. Oof, he popped a little bit too far up. How the... I guess the Scorpion G could hit me there, yeah. We need to spot there, to be honest, which is what I was trying to get them to do. I don't know why they're getting angry and pinging people like that, though. That guy's not doing... He's not doing much down there, but he's not in a terrible spot, to be honest. Hello, Mr. P. Yes. Yes and no. I would just say don't... The Tortoise, armor-wise, I would say don't rely on it. Because you have a killer DPM, accurate gun, and pretty good HP. But, it's more or less, it's a struggle because people can hit your top weak spot here primarily. And at high tiers, your armor doesn't amount to much because even if someone bounces off you, they're just going to swap over to premium with the next shot. Hello, Marco. Nice to see you. I'm hanging in here. Having a few little hiccups on the stream. With Levi not liking the... Or not, he doesn't hate him, but... being grumpy with the HVAC guy, doing some stuff here. At least my dad's not at the door. For whatever reason, Levi does not like my dad coming to the front door. I don't know why they're still, like, upset at each other here, because in the chat. Yeah, I'd flip you over, dude, but... I thought he was, like, trying to tell people to move again. Ooh, how to play half AFK, half here. But at least this is assault defense to where we can kind of just wean it out a little bit. Not exactly the most interesting now. Let me select 2 more winners. Congratulations, Dana, and also CJ for winning the raffle as well. But fortunately, on the plus side for me, it's not raining right now, so the guy he's actually able to do what he needs to do today. If it was raining, he wouldn't be able to check for nice dog. Stop barking. Really don't want to lose it. We got this. I'm gonna pop out for a second. Alright, I'm back for another battle here. This should be all good here shortly. Alright, so we have an M4 Sherman up next. Let me hop into... Sorry I gotta keep popping in and out. Levi just... he's on guard dog duty. Let me hop into an M4. I actually just did a raffle, but I'm just going to start another one since I keep having to... So feel free to enter another one. Since I had to keep popping in and out because of Levi. Yeah. I'm going to start another one here. So. God help me if there's ever like a delivery. UPS delivery or something, or postal service that I need a sign for. Ho ho ho. Luckily, they finally, you know, I've been here long enough, for almost 2 years, that, or a little over 2 years now, they finally realized that if that happens, they knock on the door, and when they see me answer it, they go back to their truck, so I actually can get Levi settled. But I try to break him of it. It's just, it's not a bad thing, I guess, him wanting to protect the house. Be nice though if he would listen. Well, yeah, it does cost 25 Levi biscuits to enter for them. I probably should lower that a little bit since I do more of them nowadays. Banking on my team actually pushing up here. Don't know why I'm relying on that, but crap. There goes my... Again, don't know why I relied on that. Yeah. Oh lord, why did I knew that wasn't gonna work. I'll play an M4 again. Alright, so yeah, that was my fault. Let me add that right back up there and hop into a Type 4 here. I knew that was gonna miss once I clicked. I didn't account for the ping. Alright. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. But decided to go to Type 4 here since I forget who requested it specifically, but he asked for the Type 4 or the Type 5. Decided to go with the 4 just because I've played the 5 most recently, so. Kind of, Victor, yeah. It's just, I'm mainly, you know, I'm hearing him behind me. He's still sitting there like, I'm ready to go. He's just waiting to hear footsteps. It's all good though, except for my teams. They're the ones kind of suffering here. I'm heading to the town. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm not going to be able to beat some of their tanks over there. Hopefully I can push. Everyone knows I don't really like playing things slow on this map, because typically the first team to like push through a flank, basically not through the center, but it's curved in a way, like the center of the map. First team to typically win a flank wins this, because it's really hard to defend either flank once you start getting people on multiple sides of you. The sound honestly was what was bothering me the most, because like you know, every now and then I screw up, like forgetting to put World of Warplanes over my little black screen I have here blocking out some stuff, and like the audio every now and then sound like I'm underwater when my CPU maxes out. But the sound was what was bothering me, because that was not on my end. That was some bug in the client here. Congratulations, Dingo, on winning. Like, please let it be a different winner. I want a lot of different people to win, you know? Instead of just rigging things. I'm just kidding. But yeah, the sound of what was bothering me, because I thought my headset was broken for a second. Which I'd rather not have to spend, you know, like 150 bucks on something new. Ryan just paid off a student loan, so trying to save a little bit of money here for the next few months. But she unfortunately was given bad advice in the very far past, before I even knew her. And was told that private student loans were her only option. You know, once she took over her college tuition, you know, after the first semester, things got a little bit better, but it was 9% on an interest rate. That was really hard to, which I got myself in a pickle here. Yeah, and they just retract me. I don't think I'm going to make it out of this. Even if I get another shot. Yeah, I'm going to have to try to abort here. Whew. That was a little hard to bite, so that's gone. Much happier now. It's 500 Levi biscuits, the raffle. At least most of them. I'll mention it if I switch the payout at all. Like sometimes I'll do a little bit more. The one before this I gave out three people one instead of just one. Hoping nobody pops up on my left. It's not terribly safe behind me, but be the safest spot for me at this very moment. Awesome. Set him on fire. However, he can pen me if he knows where to shoot me. It's not the Type 5 where you can basically shrug off most things from the front. Definitely not safe from being flanked. My problem here. Mouse setting, you want to set the sensitivity up. It was like set by default at like 35 or something. I set mine up to 90. It makes things a lot better and a lot more responsive. Alright, I just heard the sound. Something with the sound just did it again. It's still working, but it just did a little pop again, which what led to the previous bug. Alright. We're down. I don't know why we're talking about capping. I don't know why that FV405 pushed. That was, not to be judgmental, but that was a really big blow to us, because he had almost full HP. I just got myself stuck. Ooh. I think I can get back in time. Oh, he got me. Honestly, I don't even know where he... Because he shot me somewhere over here. I guess he penned me through one of the little weak spots they added or something. I don't know. He didn't hit me on this side, which is what I was concerned about. Oh well. Honestly, that's almost dumb luck in a way. He penned me. But... because that was a APCR, not like Hesh or anything. We might win this though with a cap. Maybe that was the best choice. I was mainly concerned about getting flanked at the time. But the Type 4, the problem you have with it is, while the armor did get buffed somewhat recently, a lot of 9s and basically every 10 still can pen you through the front. It's not like a 100% chance on their part, but it's, you know, it's higher than you'd like for a tank that slow, large, and reliant on armor. Hello, Cold Game. But at least we got a W. Not exactly the cleanest match by any point or any standpoint, but 2k damage. Levi's guarding the door to the room now. Alright, so let's give the M4 another shot here. If I can find it. There we go. Which, I kind of butchered the crew in this. Starting out with a new crew. I popped them into the Sheridan when I bought that. Hello, Voran. Alrighty then. Hopefully this is better than the last one. So, alright, so after the M4, I've got the Patriot, E100, and 2 Conquerors. So let's get going. Oh, hello people popping in from another stream. Thank you for the subscription, Lizard. Honestly, the raid thing, it's someone else who's streaming, popping over here. Nice to see you guys. The last time someone did this, they did it a little bit more, say, trolly, if anyone remembers that. That was a little annoying, but nice to see you guys. Excuse me if I have to pop out when my dog decides to be a little aggro here. Okay. Got enough people up here. We should be able to push, but it's all going to depend on if this thing actually wants to hit some tanks here. Oh lord, they got a lot more up here than... We'll see you guys. Thanks for popping in here for a minute. Hope you have a nice one and enjoy. Hope your stream goes well. See ya. They're gonna get me shot, but yeah. Would be nice if our south did move. Yes, that guy is correct there. And I missed. That just lost me. Which, holy crap, a T-67. Alright. Well, thanks for at least, you know, stopping in and not being the last people that did this months ago raid. They tried to like troll and curse out everyone. So ooh, Lord. The T-67. Our problem is this is probably going to be bad because we're not going to be able to hold out here for much longer. No. I'm not going to be able to fall back, Cromwell. I tried my best there, but this is just a case of really when you're fighting up in this area. Let's see if I can get to one of these guys that are actually still alive. When you're fighting up in this area, there's a lot of enemies here. The best thing that you can do, honestly, you need to hold this corner, but instead of having people sit here and here, if they're not flanking through this way, you need someone over in G1, because they are able to shoot the corner and it gets them to stop, to where their bishop wouldn't be able to arty them, to where this TD back here would have been better off in G1 to hit them, and it probably would have had them freeze a little bit. But yeah, that's just speculation because we're really outmatched number-wise there. I was just hoping for the best to get a good amount of damage, but didn't work out. You right, little doggo? Hey. Alright, so on to the Patriot here. So this map, and being bottom, not necessarily bottom tier, but there are some 9s. I'm probably going to make my way out to the 1 to 3 line. It's going to be hard against the E75, T95. But I think my team will need help over there. I think. We'll see. The enemy could put a lot of people like on the 8 line side. I streamed World of Warplanes. Alright, we both stopped here. I streamed World of Warplanes last week, Tuesday night, if you want to take a look at that stream. But yeah, I will say I dabble in it. It's a nice game because the matches are pretty short. Just to pop in, I would say 2.0 made it pretty damn enjoyable to play. Nobody's heading here. I'm a little bit late to push as hard as I like to in the 3 line, but I'll give it a go. But I would definitely say it's on the up and up. And they said that they're going to add in... I was a little bit confused with the settings. They removed a lot of the advanced settings for the mouse. They are going to be adding them back in. I was almost like thinking I was crazy for a moment because it was missing like certain things. But yeah, they removed them for this patch to kind of, I guess, not to dumb it down in a way, but to dumb it down for people just trying to game out for the first time. Hello, Zig. Uh-oh. I was afraid of that. Give it one more shot in this spot since I know Artie's aiming at me. I'll do one more. If we can get this IS-6 out, that would be awesome. Thank you, GW. Time to move over. Ooh, I'm gonna move over actually here. Yeah, I would say it's very fun to play. Somebody asked earlier, but when you first start it up, I assume you're gonna use mouse settings. Turn up the sensitivity. They set it out at like 30% or something. Turn it all the way up to like 80-90%, or else it'll feel a little bit like clunky. But it definitely makes the game feel more responsive and whatnot. Really hoping that the FCM's a very long tank was going to cover me, and it did. Just enough there. Got a Scorpion G on my left, T95 on the right, still aiming at me. T95's going to have to turn sooner than later here. Or at least try to shoot like the Tiger II or something. Okay, it starts at 25%. Alright, and that guy finally turned around. He's not gonna hit me. I'm gonna actually pop out here in a second. See you, William, if you're still here. Thanks for watching. Sorry, guys, I had to pop out for another second there, just because the guy was he was finished up there. I feel bad. It's actually downpouring now, and he's gotta run to his truck, which we won. So I guess rushing into the enemy there really helped out. I blocked him. I don't know what happened there. I'm sure you guys saw it though. Just want to make sure he actually, yeah. That he didn't like forget something in here. But before I hop into the next battle, let me just I just need to close a back door, or else Levi's gonna be running back and forth here. I'm glad you guys got to see the comeback. I don't know how they did it, but they got it done there. All right, we're all good. Thanks for sticking around, which I'll stream a little bit longer here, since I had to, you know, pop in and out a little bit. Sorry about that again, but I understand there basically today I had it scheduled for 12 to 3, but I understand that guy. He's been here quite a few times, and he knows my parents. He decided to come over earlier because it started downpouring like 30 minutes ago, right when he finished up outside on my AC compressor. But he needed to check that because it was leaking last time they were here. So fortunately he was able to get that done, or else we would have had to reschedule again, and yeah. Whew, so everything was working now. Honestly, everything was fine with the thing, which is great. But I'm glad it came earlier, even though, it caused a little bit of problems with the stream here, combined with that weird bug I got with the sound. One thing off of my list. But yeah, life does happen. One thing, when you're watching me here on the stream, I'm surprised I don't have more little interruptions. Because usually, granted, I usually let my family know when I'm streaming, so they can call me and stuff outside of the times. But usually I'm bouncing around, having to deal with a bunch of different things. Has a lot changed the World of Tanks, Warren? Not too much, balance-wise a little bit, but it'll be the next patch or two when they come out, and basically for PC revamp, at least starting out, I would say 15 maps. The HD, they're coining it, but essentially it's a new graphic render and almost a new game engine. It virtually, they're replacing the last little bottlenecks of the big world engine, which has to do with how the graphics are rendered, especially for the maps. But tanks will also look better too. So once that happens, basically every single map changes, mainly graphically, but also balance-wise. They tweak little spots, which aren't really noticeable at first, but they will matter in the long run, which is why I'll be redoing all my map strategies for them. I'm starting to kind of prepare a little bit on how, I want to tweak a couple things with how it looks, so getting ready for all that. Because each map strategy takes me from the time I start, which hopefully it's easy for me to come by images of the mini maps, but from the time I start in Photoshop to the time you see it on my website, probably takes about 2 hours per map. Takes me about an hour to do the Photoshop and everything, that process, and drawing out how they work in public battles, and another hour to type it up and post it on the website. So I got about, at least 16 hours of just Photoshop there to get all the HD maps done when they first release. It'll actually run better, Vorin. Even though the graphics will be better, it's going to run better because right now the bottleneck is on the CPU. Their big world engine, which is really outdated at this point, basically uses one core for, say, 80% of the game. This change is gonna... I was about to say I can pen him if he stays like that. This change is basically making it into a multi-core engine. Because right now, they say it's multi-core. I don't think I'll get him stuck out there. They say it's multi-core, but right now, virtually the entire game, like I said, runs on one core. And core 2, core 3 works, but it definitely doesn't do the heavy lifting. It has a little bit to do with, I believe, physics and sounds and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to do with most of the graphics. So it'll actually, might even run better on your PC after they switch over the graphic render. Alright, but back focused here. It's one thing, I'm glad that's off my list. I have a few more I always try my best to schedule them outside of the streams, but you know, I get it being like in the service industry. Sometimes, you know, schedules don't work out the way they are, but this worked out for the better. I'm just catching up on house maintenance here before it gets too cold. Yeah, I don't know all the technical words, Gary. Yes, that's probably right. You sound like you know a little bit more than I do when it comes to that. Ah, why did I shot heat at a Scorpion G? That came back to bite me. But yeah, basically the update they're coming out that changes the maps looks like it's just like a map update, but it'll actually pave the road for them to be able to do a lot more in the game. We probably won't see the full implementation of Havoc physics, which, you know, they were teasing like 3 years ago at this point before they dropped them, because it would be too CPU intensive for, you know, Russian potato computers. And that was basically everything was destructible when it came to buildings, say like bridges, like certain like rocks and stuff you could destroy. They scrapped that, which I'm fine with, because to me World of Tanks is more of, you know, arcade game than say War Thunder and what Armored Warfare tried to be, to where I'm fine with certain things not being destructible because it's good as far as a balance standpoint. If they can balance maps around certain things aren't going to be destroyed. I want to fire a heat shell at an SPG at this range? No. Which I'm actually going to plot my butt on the cap. I know that's kind of anticlimactic here, but I don't think I'll be able to get over there in time. Hello, Nori. That's where, like, if you're bottom tier in a Cromwell, I would play it more as trying to scout for your team, especially early on. Well, you can't go wrong with the M48 patent right now for a tier 10. It's probably the best tier 10 medium since they buffed it when it comes to public battles. Hopefully when it comes to this update they nail it, because the reason it's taking so long is they said it takes them about 2 months per map to switch it over to the new basically engine, to where they're taking their time, you know, testing it. Like they did the not the super test, but the sandbox test most recently. So let me start with the tier 9 Conqueror, then go up to the tier 10, just to, you know, keep things in order here. They're definitely doing their due diligence, because once they release this, they need to make sure it's not going to hurt their existing players, which, when it looks like as far as graphics go, you might even gain some FPS, but it's not going to make the game unplayable if you play on low settings already. But they need to make sure it doesn't screw anything up, because that would be, you know, not a death blow, but it would definitely hurt them, because this is like their major get people back into the game patch, you know, with the new maps and graphics. So if they screw it up, they basically shoot themselves in the foot, because that's like their big patch for, say, a 2-year period to bring old players back in the game and get some new players as well. See ya, Dingo. Thanks for watching. That won't happen, Floyd. Your best bet for that would be, doesn't Armored or not, doesn't War Thunder have some sort of like destruction as far as like terrain goes? Granted, that won't do anything because people can just switch to a different shell type and one-shot you. Or a plane frickin' takes you out. Anyway, Tier 9 Conqueror here. So compared to the old Conqueror, this thing actually has quite a bit of armor to it now. The upper plate got buffed, turret got buffed on the top tier, or top one. You know, it's definitely not as armored as the Tier 10 Super Conqueror, but it's very comparable, and, you know, you can definitely do a number in this thing now. The gun did get nerfed a little bit, but it's still got one of the better guns, honestly, at Tier 9. And to put things in comparison, like the M103, not exactly everyone's favorite heavy, but the Conqueror here at Tier 9, since they changed it around, gave it more armor, lowered the gun a little bit, it basically kills the M103 in a lot of areas outside of the lower glacis is weaker on the Conqueror. But that's not that big of a, you know, knock against it. I think a lot of people are going to head one line. So I'm actually going to push 3 line here because my team has the hill, and I think I'll be able to do more over here than trying to push down to 1 line. Could be completely wrong here. We'll see though. I really like fighting this line though. I'm actually going to see if... no, I can't hit him now. I've never shot like where that Conway was. I've never shot someone there before from this spot. I thought I might be able to hit him, but I was wrong. This is why I like going to this spot though, is the main counter to this is A, people pushing on you like straight through here, but typically you have enough support behind you, they don't do that. The main counter is if the enemy has the hill. If they don't have the hill, I find this a much better spot to go to than the 1 line, as long as you have enough, you know, teammates there. Only because you're able to move around, you can still help the 1 line if need be, you can flank, you can go to the other side, you can do a lot of different things, rather than being locked in the same exact flank. But again, kind of with the power creep, the Tier 9 Conqueror I'd say is the best Tier 9 heavy that has a 400 damage gun. It's just, you know, it's got enough of each stat, and the armor is a lot better than you would think, since the Conqueror didn't have armor before. That, yeah, it's tough to beat when it comes to, you know, when it's stacked up against the, say, the M103. Well, honestly, drawing a blank when it comes to other 400 alpha heavies at Tier 9, because guessing they're, yeah, as far as like non-autoloaders and stuff. Alright, he's running away. I don't want to get this FV terribly far towards me. He's coming my way. He's very mobile. I think I can still beat him out though. Getting extremely close. I'm looking to flank the hell out of these guys, and I should have enough firepower because I get 2-shot, 2-shot, 3-shot, the ST1. Not close enough. Surprise! But the mobility on this, yeah, it doesn't have a huge, like, overwhelming top speed. It's pretty damn mobile, too. It's got gun depression, it's got turret armor, accurate gun, good DPM. There's not too many things wrong with it, unless you get caught, like, getting shot in the side. It doesn't have armor outside of just on the front of the tank. which our hill's starting to take a beating. Well, as far as 400 Alpha guns, they all have, like, that's why I didn't say it was straight up the best heavy tank at tier 9. But when it comes to, you know, 400 Alpha ones, like the lower end, because the Meal 2 technically has a lower Alpha gun at tier 9, but it has an auto loader, so it's a little different. I should be able to catch someone here. Just, I don't want us to get too spread out. Ooh, no, this is not good. He hammer-racked me. I shouldn't have sat out there when I saw he was going to pop my way. But, yeah. I was angled a little bit, but he punched right through either the lower plate or right here, because the upper glacis can actually bounce that round now. The tier 9 Conqueror, you know, as far as whether something's better or not than something, like, as far as doing damage, I would say the tier 9 Conqueror is better than E75, T10, and the ST1 for doing damage. When it comes to overall, you know, all three of those, they have their own roles. Like the E75, like armor-wise, it's definitely lacking a little bit compared to the ST1, especially on the side. But E75 and ST1 can tank more shots, especially when they're not hold down. The T10 has more mobility, higher alpha, so say a T10 pushes into a tier 9 Conqueror and kind of catches them off guard and gets the first hit, it's probably going to have the upper hand because it has a higher alpha gun. It's just, yeah, it's definitely, I'd say all four, out of the all four, the T10's probably the weakest. That's why they're looking to replace it, because it's less of a true heavy. But I'd say between the Conqueror, E75, and ST1, they're all, which I kind of blew it here in the end, they're all pretty comparable to one another. But I can kind of throw up and compare some tanks here. Let's let me run another raffle too. I'm gonna be streaming for a little bit longer. I'll probably go till 11:30 here. If not, maybe a pinch longer, we'll see. But most amount of damage in the match. Just unfortunately I made that one mistake against the FV. Ammo racking definitely helped him there, but yeah, I shouldn't have given him that shot in the beginning. But as far as tier 9 heavies, like the ones that I have at least in my garage here, I'll compare ones that are, you know, the super heavies are definitely a lot different. Which I'll just compare these ones, since adding the tech tree ones will take a little bit for me to like equip them and everything. But Conqueror tier 9 here, DPM, you know, it's virtually the same with the M103. Like the E75 definitely lacks a little bit, but more or less has the most amount of gun depression, which is very big because the turret's virtually immune. It has a couple more weak spots compared to the Super Conqueror, but not many. But essentially, Conqueror wins hands down when it comes to the gun. It's got DPM, dispersion, aiming time, gun depression, and a strong turret to boot. E75 and the WZ-111-14 here have 90 more alpha, which, while the Conqueror has, and the M103 too, the better guns when it comes to, even though the WZ has close to the same amount of DPM as the M103 and Conqueror, the higher alpha matters when you're brawling, because most of the time both tanks are loaded. The higher alpha almost always wins because it's hard for the DPM to catch up to it, unless it's like such a huge difference between the two. When it comes to HP, surprisingly, the Conqueror has the most out of them. Yeah, because armor-wise, I'd say the Conqueror has the best armor compared to the other ones here. Except for the E75 would beat it on level ground, but the Conqueror would be better on a hill than the E75. And then mobility, top speed, WZ beats it. E75 technically beats it, but both the M103 and Conqueror are more mobile because of their engine powers. But, you know, outside of that, it's, you know, it is fairly well balanced, the tier 9 heavies against one another. It's just the main thing that I have against the Conquerors that they put here, or put into the game now, is when they first tested them, they had 8 degrees of gun depression, which is the same as the M103, same as the T110E5, which coincidentally the T110E5, if you look at the design parameters behind the project, because it's actually modeled wrong. It's not supposed to have an eggshell shape on the lower glacis. It's supposed to have a flat glacis on it. So think, you know, instead of the eggshell shape that you see on the E5, it's supposed to have a flat one like this. That's besides the point. But it's supposed to have 10 degrees of gun depression, be the T110E5 project when it was being designed, and it was never built. It was just a wooden mock-up, I believe. But they gave the Conqueror and the tier 10 Super Conqueror 8 degrees of gun depression testing. I thought it worked out fine. Then, you know, in the stage 2, they decided, you know, these tanks need to be a little bit better. So they gave them 10 degrees of gun depression, which thus, you know, makes them definitely stand out when you compare them, you know, against the Americans. But to add it to basically takes this only weak spot on the turret front and cuts it down to like a very small little sliver that is almost impossible to hit when it's hull down. So it virtually has no weak spot on the turret, which is fine and dandy. Like the Kronwagen's balanced even without a weak spot on the turret front. However, when you give it, you know, the gun stats of the FE215B heavy that it replaced, and, you know, pretty good hull armor on the upper glacis and decent mobility, that's when it becomes a little broken. I'd be perfectly fine balance-wise, and I think most people would be too, if they just reduced the gun depression back to -8 instead of giving it -10, which congratulations Gabastar for winning the raffle. That's the main gripe, is it breaks balance with them inflating the gun depression by that extra 2 degrees just because they, I guess, want the tank to perform a little bit better on hills, but it doesn't need to, you know? But if they really want to keep it, you know, make the cupola a little bit bigger. Not that that's the end-all be-all, or, you know, reduce the DPM. Unfortunately, I was just stupid there and I angled my turret. Unfortunately for me, though, it's just me and Oh-Ho here. Anyway, rant is over. Probably should have taken that. Luckily for me, though, he's not able to hold down completely. Levi, I guess, is going to check, like, maybe there's another guy hiding here. Unfortunately, we just lost a lot of tanks. I don't necessarily want to push, because that would give him the upper hand, but back backed off a little bit here. I gotta do something, because we just lost half our team. Honestly, me shooting Tiger 2 right now is not equating to anything. Of course, that guy's throwing APCR, which honestly doesn't do him any good, because he's either going to pen me or not. APCR doesn't open up. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm deader than dead here. But, oh well. I'll actually try to pop into another battle on this, because our team just got murdered. Like, I didn't want to push out there for that very reason, because your lower plate, your side gets exposed. But, which is why when we're talking about tier 9 heavies, this isn't flat out better than the other ones. It's just imbalanced in a way, because how you can exploit the gun depression and lack of weak spots on the turret, that's where it becomes a problem with the other stats that it has. But I'll play another Super Conqueror battle at the end here. But unfortunately for Fjords, which we did not get to test in the sandbox test for HD maps, that, Fisherman's Bay, and I forget the third. There was one more. There's 3 maps essentially that they are working on transitioning to the new graphics that are going to be reworked pretty heavily. Like Fjords, they're going to be moving around a lot of the central area of the map. Fisherman's Bay, they're adding a little bit more cover into the open field areas near each base. And I forget the third one that they're doing. Trying to remember here, but I forget. But those 2 plus whatever other third map there was are getting very big reworks, more than just new graphics and, you know, bells and whistles. The hell was that? Oh. It's my reminder to order. I gotta order bread, bagels, fun stuff. It sounds silly, but don't get your orders in on a Tuesday, won't necessarily get it on a Friday, which is when I need it. But anyway, ranting is over. I'm definitely going to do the M48A5. I'll pop into the Super Conqueror, and then I'll probably do one grind battle, and that'll be it for the stream here. Since I do need to, get a few things accomplished before Ryan gets home from work today. Mainly, I gotta prep and cook some stuff for us, because I'll be back tonight streaming starting at 9 p.m. I might go a little bit later than the end date of 11 p.m. but I'll be streaming tonight. You guys picked it. Destiny 2 just released a couple hours or 1 hour ago on the PC here, so I'll be live with that tonight for anyone that's interested in that. Otherwise, my next World of Tanks stream will be Wednesday, 8 p.m. It's alright, you didn't miss much, Uber. It was a Fjords match, and my team, they just started dropping like flies, which in turn made me rush it and die. They're not bringing back any maps fluid at this point, because they have to rework every map currently in the game to HD graphics. They have stated that after that's done, there is a possibility that old maps will return. Like I could see Pearl River, South Coast coming back. Dragon Bridge, I'm not too sure they will add back in, only because they'd have to drastically rebalance the map. So it's easier for them, honestly, just make a new one. Ryan's not the, you know, mainly it's me. I'm being nice. I'm prepping some stuff that she needs to take for lunch to school this week before she gets home, so she doesn't have to do it. Oh, it's the STI. Is it? No, maybe it is the STI. But that's only because... Then what would the ST2 be called? Because they're adding that in. Or they at least are planning to add that in. STII? I'm pretty... Wasn't it just Roman numerals? That's why it's an I there. That was the impression that I got as far as that goes, because it's not in the battle here. Something like a Cruiser 4. It's a Cruiser 1V. Isn't it? No. Yes. I'm getting so confused now you brought it up. I do appreciate it though when people mention that I pronounce things wrong, because at times, you know, I definitely fudge a lot of things up. I don't know what this guy's doing over here. Type 64 did a pretty damn good job. Hopefully he can survive. I'm perfectly fine with capping here, but at the same time, I would be fairly confident to go kill those guys. Only the AT2 would pose a real threat, but he looks like he got flanked by the poodle there. I'm gonna stick on the cap, what the hell. Alright, M48A5's up next. Which I posted it on Discord talking about OCD. I don't know if everyone saw it here. Which, top 3 in damage. The Type 64 and Poodle definitely carried us there. It's all good, Dana. Thanks for pointing it out, because there's some things Ryan will mention to me, like when she looks at the game, she's like, you know, you're saying that wrong, right? That's just, yeah. Unfortunately, when it came to schooling, honestly, my local schools here, like she taught at my high school as a sub for until she got the job here recently. Basically like 30 minutes north of us. She's surprised that, you know, how they taught people there as far as like English and language goes. Yeah, it's definitely something our school district is lacking. I'm always trying to improve though. But talking about OCD, I posted it on Discord. It was bothering me when I finally saw it, but for every single stream up until this one, up in this area, right below the 8 a.m. Point in Thursday, when the stream schedule up there was a little dot up there that I accidentally left in from doing Photoshop. Every single one had a little dot in the screen. It's really noticeable when you... or when I switched and hopped into battles and the screen got dark for a second. But I noticed it one day, like a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, crap, like how the hell did I never notice that before? And ever since then, it frickin' just, it did not go away. I finally, though, photoshopped that out since yesterday I made a Destiny 2 overlay. No, this is not the safest of spots to go to. Hoping? Nope, he's not going to overextend. Not safe because they can pop out here and hit me. Plus Artie can hit me. Hoping though I can get back in time. And the T10 would kind of pop up there. They're gonna have some trouble in the maybe not. Say the north. Alright. I think I know what I want to do here. Alright. Is that FE? I don't think he's actually gonna commit all the way. Hopefully this isn't too much of a mistake. Just me not being up where I should have been. Okay. Double checking there before I pop over, and I'm glad I did. M46 did not do his little check. Always got to check to see if there's people camping back there, essentially. Give him a nice little hit before scurry off. Why aren't they shooting? Oh lord. Alright. I'm not able to push across there now. I need to go back to where I was originally. Can't help there. I could have, but I didn't think they were actually going to push. Another little reminder. Like, I'm going to stream a little, you know, for another 2 battles after this. I can't go any longer than that, though, because I do need to get my orders in by 12:30 at the latest. Or else everyone goes on lunch break. Alright, Fosh B. I do not want to stay out here too long. It's not a long-term spot. Ooh, thank God. Is that hoping they're... Okay, I knew he couldn't hit me. Their T-30 on the other hand, I was a little concerned about. Alright. That Fosh B is honestly blocking where I want to push around. It's not safe for me to push around there, but I think I'd be able to open up the north, but with him there, I'm not able to really go anywhere. That was a pretty big hit. Now I'm very vulnerable to getting clipped here. This T-30 is overextending himself. Crap. Please keep bouncing off of me. Thank you very much. Oh. Oh lord, that was a stupid mistake. I saw he was pointing at me, but I was hoping he was still aiming, because I could have gotten that shot off. I should have just stuck behind cover. Well, honestly, Floyd, when it comes to maps, like, you know, I've played since 2011 and most of these maps haven't changed. It's part of any PvP game to where, yes, it would be nice to see new maps sooner. The only new map that they're working on that's like brand new is for the 30v30 mode, which actually looks pretty cool. It's got a volcano on it, but you know, they have to switch over all the old maps to the HD render before they can move forward. But it's with any PvP game, same maps. It's just part of any game. Where honestly, mixing in like a game, like if you don't want to play a completely new game, at least your accounts are tied on World of Warplanes, World of Warships. At least your premium account's tied to where it does, you know, keep things a little fresh. If you take like say a week break or something, but it's just one of those things that no matter what game you play, you know, there's never an infinite amount of maps to play on, at least when it comes to like PvP, like team-based games. Like I know certain like RPGs and stuff now randomly generate, say, like dungeons and stuff, but yeah. To me though, you know, from playing on the new maps, and you know, I streamed it that one time on here, they feel new. I know most of the main parts of the maps aren't changed, but it does feel new because they tweak things here or there, and it definitely makes a pretty big difference. But you can't really feel that until you try them. Oh lord, here are... This is tier 10, of course. There are a lot of frickin' PDs. I'm actually gonna see if anything pops up here to begin with, but see if we catch anyone. We got that guy once, but unfortunately for him, he's a goner. Damn. And unfortunately, we lost the tank in return. Just in case they have another tank there. Now, brawling in this thing is not exactly what you want to do in this. Plays very good when you're not exactly right up in the enemy's face, but I think this is where I'm going to be able to help out the most until, you know, I could like push my way into the center or something, but I'm not doing that right off the get-go. Squeak by here. Oof, I left my cupola exposed a little bit there. Yeah, he skid it right across and overmatched the roof. See if I can set him on fire. He's, you know, auto bouncing the side right now. But I can still annoy the... I could have gotten that hit, but annoy the piss out of him with HE. Don't do that. This, we all need to go at once if we're gonna go around the side here. I still have HE loaded, unfortunately, but... Crap. It's trying to track him. This is not good now. Yeah, upper glacis, you cannot pen it unless you have a premium APCR shell, or even AP, depending on some tanks. Or if you're a tier 10 TD. Otherwise, you're just gonna not do any damage. because it's over 340 millimeters effective, I believe. Whoa. Whoa there. I know you just got... Sorry, mouse, but you should not have been sitting right behind me. He's probably a little bit pissed off there, but you don't do that. Now I'm kind of out of location now too. Alright. Let's track him. Fortunately, it didn't knock it out. Because we have an E3 really need to deal with. Feels like, you know, we're far ahead here, but I feel like there I was fighting, not my teammates more than the enemy, but fighting against my teammates as to where we wanted to push and when. Because I was trying to push here to take out the E100, they were going on the other side, which, you know, none of us were wrong or right or wrong. Just not exactly reading each other very well. Hello, Cappy. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have one more battle here, and that's it for today's stream. Typically, the stream ends, you know, a little bit ago, but I went a little bit longer because I had to pop in and out for a couple battles. But I'm gonna do one more match. It's gonna be a grind, but not exactly the best match here. I was just I was a little bit off key as far as syncing with where my team was going. Surprised it's a third class though, which we won airfield, thank God. Yeah, our team did a pretty good job. You almost always win when you have, I say almost because they almost have the same amount of people over 1,000 damage as us. But it's a good sign when a lot of people have at least 1k damage when you're tier 8 and up. You very rarely lose a match when people are spreading the damage around like that. So let me hop into the Leopard prototype one more time here. That's going to be it for the stream today. I've already done quite a few raffles, so I'm probably not going to do any more raffles here, but I will be back tonight for Destiny 2. That's going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, you know, some of you guys are going to be interested in seeing the game. It's definitely way different than tanks here, but it should be pretty fun. I'm just going to, after I finish my finish my chores here and playing with Levi, I'm gonna spend, it's probably gonna take me about an hour to set up the graphics and stuff for it and the sound levels. I'm gonna try to get it as best as I can before going live, but I might have to tweak them a little bit during the stream. Alright. Got there already spotted, that's very nice. I'm playing this safe for me because I don't have as much gun depressing as, say, if I was in the AMX 30, the other tier 9 medium I'm grinding. There's an IS-5 on the team. You don't see many of them around. I knew there was something destructible in front of them, but I missed. I kind of feel bad for the two guys that are up there, botting. But I know right now I would not be able to help them out in any meaningful way. Ah, crap. I needed to hit that. Ooh, just barely kept him alive again. Alright. Now I'm a bit more confident to push up. I didn't push up to begin with just because the gun depression on this, while, you know, it's decent, it's not workable on those hills like that. Let's get him tracked. So the closer I'm, you know, to the enemy with these little different bumps and stuff, the worse off for me. So I was trying to complete, or not complete, keep a little bit of a distance. Sorry, my mind just went to Chinese food. Ryan and I slacked off last night and we ordered out for dinner. I just got ammo racked. And my mind just went, oh, it's the last game. You're gonna eat some lunch. And I get zoned out. Which I'm gonna try something new here, since it's getting towards the end of the battle. Let me see if it'll actually work here once I get either destroyed or something. I want to see how it looks. It'll be, you know, it's nothing crazy, but it's something I haven't done yet. I'm curious how it looks like. It's like a credit roll for the stream. I could have made it look like Star Wars theme, but I didn't. I may though. I like Star Wars. Alright. Really want my ammo rack back. Could I be a dick and just sit right behind this guy and push him for my shield? Right. What's the worst that could happen? Pushing straight into a tortoise. In a tank with no armor. I'm just gonna block both of those. Oh god, sorry, Scorpion G. Yeah, I helped him. I pushed him, and he got that shot. Crap, he really wants to kill me. Overall, decent battle. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a shot, so I will try to do... Let's see if this works. I'm curious if this is going to work. I don't see anything popping up, so... Sad face. Anyway, obviously that didn't work there. That's depressing. I'm gonna try one more time here. See if I can get it to run. Basically, there's a Streamlabs thing where I can roll off everyone that's a sponsor, super chat tips in general. Doesn't look like it's working though. It's kind of a new like beta feature. It doesn't look like it's... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's not actually... There we go. Aha! It only showed one. Super awesome, people. But I just wanted to see what it looked like. It won't let me do it unless I am live. It looks like it's only going to work that one time now. Anyway, I'm just rambling on here. Thank you very much. Yeah, it just popped up there. Lewis, I applied to it. They basically told me, at least for the NA server and community contributors, that basically no. They said they'd love to, but they weren't accepting any new people. But that was a few months ago. I don't really want to bug them too much about it, but it does work. It took a little while for it to pop up. Thank you very much for the tip today, Dana. I want to do it to where it works for, like, say the past month or everyone in general, but I guess right now it's only on a stream to stream basis. But it's kind of a new feature that they have, so I just wanted to test it. They only let you test it too when you're live, unlike other stuff I can test before a stream. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll be back tonight streaming Destiny 2 for the game of the week, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But to answer that, Lewis, has anyone been doing this longer than me on NA? As far as streaming, yes, only because I haven't streamed on a regular basis up. You know, I'm basically at a year here. No, I'm actually a little bit over a year now, I believe. Like a year and a half on a frequent basis. But as far as the NA server goes, I have been the only person starting back my website late 2011 when I started it, when it comes to videos and guides and stuff for the NA server. I'm probably the longest concurrent person there, but others have done videos and stuff longer than me. But every now and then I poke and try about it, but there's only so much I can do. And honestly, I'll give him credit. The chieftain who works for NA, he has spoken on my behalf before and asked, but unfortunately, you know, there's only so much he can put a word in for. And yeah, another guy that works for Wargaming Chicago, so different than World of Tanks PC. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you guys, hopefully some of you tonight. Should be a pretty fun stream, as long as I get the settings kind of working before then. But anyway, have a good one. Thanks again for watching, and fortunately Levi didn't eat anyone during the stream here. See you guys around.